guys, welcome back to the Laziali YouTube channel. My name is Biagio Aversano and here we are for episode 4 of the Lazio transfers. Here we have 3 different squads. It's not going to work like the first 2 episodes. There's no more one starting 11 and subs and reserves. We got 3 different types of squads. We got Lazio signings, these are the confirmed ones. We got not happening, and then we got the rumors. So let's get into this episode. So let's get started. We're gonna go into the confirmed Lazio transfers. As you can see, we have this 7-man squad so far because that's the transfers we've completed. Let's get into this. So starting off, we have Silvio Proto, which we signed from Olympiacos on a 3-year deal. He is great as a backup, as he is more experienced, and Strakosha is the younger goalie. You can learn off of him. He has Champions experience, and if we have playing a crappy team in the Europa League, he could be good, to play rest Strakosha as well as the Serie A. It's kind of playing a low table team, mid-table team, wants to rest Strakosha because maybe next week we're playing one of the top teams. We'll put him Proto, and that's exactly what he's here to do. But he could also be a starter. There's no ruling out that. Next up, we have Francesco Acerbi, who we signed from Sassuolo. And we finally have our replacement for Stefan de Vrij. He's going to be great in that central role in our 3-5-2 formation. We signed him on a 5-year deal, and I'm very excited to see what he can bring to the team. Very experienced, and he will definitely play very well, leading that back line. Next up, we have Reza Dermizi, who we signed from Real Betis on a 5-year deal. Can't wait to see what he can offer to this team. Attacking wise, sending in crosses, providing that width, and then defensive wise, tracking back, helping out in the defense, helping out that back three. Next up, we're going in with our latest signing, Joaquin Correa, who we signed from Sevilla on a 5-year deal. Can't wait to see what he can bring to the team. Very young Argentine midfielder. He's known to play on the wing, but in this 3-5-2 formation, the wingers are more for like fullbacks that can provide defensive help and attacking help. I feel like he's more of an attacking player, so I don't know where he would fit. I don't think the wings are for him. I think Inzaghi can fit him in the more central role. We have the 2 strikers. Immobile is always playing last defender. Maybe he'll be the one that a bit more back, sort of where Luis Alberto was playing last season. So we'll see what Inzaghi decides, where he decides to play him. Next up, we have Milan Badelj, who we signed for free from Fiorentina on a 4-year deal. He was a free agent, so Lazio went ahead and picked him up. He was close to joining AC Milan, but as it was featured on a previous episode, he signed for the Bianco Celeste. I do see him starting a couple games, but I feel like he would be more of a backup midfielder in the Europa League, to rest some of our players if we have a big game later that weekend against a strong team in the Serie A. So that's what I would see him as, but I wouldn't rule him out in the big games, as Lazio do have a very tough start to the season, Napoli and then Juventus. So we'll see what Inzaghi is going to do with this man. Next up, we have Mattias Procati, who we signed on a 5-year deal from Salernitana. I feel like he won't be that much of a starter just because he's still very young. Lazio do own him, and I think we might loan him out after maybe a couple of match days. I think we'll probably loan him out to maybe like Frosinone or something like that. That's what I see him as, but if he proves that he can be a very strong addition to the team, I think he will definitely stay at the club. But I see him really as a lone player just because he's still young and came from the Serie B, so doesn't really have any Serie A experience, so we'll see about that. And finally, to end off the confirmed signings, we have Valon Berisha. Very, very highly anticipated, this man, who did cause some damage to Lazio in the 2 legs that they faced against Salzburg. So we signed him 7.5 million on a 5-year deal from Red Bull Salzburg. He's known to play the wing, but he also has played as a center attacking mid. Very strong midfielder. Again, I feel he'll be like Correa, not more of the wing, maybe where Luis Alberto plays, but now we have so many signings that can play that position. We have a lot of backups, but I think he'll definitely be a starter. Very strong. You know, playing in the Austrian league, playing in Serie A, big difference. You know, he's still gonna need to get used to the caliber of the players, but I think he'll fit very well in this Bianco Celeste starting 11. So here we have it, the Lazio confirmed signings. We're still missing 4 slots in this squad. Hopefully, you know, we'll have some additions to the team, but so far this has been a great transfer window for Lazio, and definitely some players that people should look out for. Now let's get into the not happening, and unfortunately, we got a couple players here that I'm some disappointed, some I didn't figure we would get, but let's start off with these players. So Marco Sportiello was linked with a move to Lazio, but he is not joining. He went on loan with Frosinone, so that transfer is not happening. Next up, Armando Izzo, another highly anticipated one in my opinion, you know, to reinforce that back three, but unfortunately he signed with Torino, so he is not joining the Bianco Celeste. Another highly anticipated one, Justin Martins, unfortunately will not be joining as he is signed with Atletico Madrid. Sucks to see a big name for a youngster like Brian Cristante. He joined the rivals of the Bianco Celeste, joining Roma from Atalanta, so he is off of Lazio's radar this transfer window. Sandro, who again, another Brazilian, as Lazio love Brazilians apparently. Great, you know, to link in the midfield with Lucas Leiva, but he has joined Genoa, so he is off of Lazio's transfer rumor list. Next up, Jonathan Bamba, who was linked with a move to Lazio as well. He was also linked with a move to Inter Milan, but he decided to leave Saint-Etienne and move to Lille, who in my opinion is kind of a downgrade, but this is player's decision, and we'll see in the future if he will join the Bianco Celeste, but for now he is off the rumors list. Next up, Andrea Petagna. A little bit surprising to see him you know, off the rumors, not because he went to a higher club, you know, he went on loan to Spal, but maybe, you know, he'll get more playing time that way, maybe develop more, so he is off Lazio's radar. And finally, probably the biggest upset to see of the transfers that are not happening is Lucas Perez, who looks so close to joining. You know, good chemistry with Luis Alberto. He said he would be happy to wear the Bianco Celeste colors, but looks like he will be in Arsenal's plan next season. But there might be a bit of a turning point here, as Frosinone are in talks to sign him on loan. So he might make a move to the Serie A after all, but unfortunately not for Lazio. Looks like Frosinone might get this man as their striker on loan this season. That concludes the not happening. Now let's get into the final category we have here, which is the rumors, which after all these signings, there's not many rumors to fill up, but let's get into it. Laxalt, who looked very close to joining, and then, you know, we have to wait till after the World Cup, still hasn't been included in any news of the Bianco Celeste, so we'll see what that has to bring in the future. The summer transfer window is not over, so this man, Papu Gomez, is still up for grabs. We don't know yet. Kind of was looking like he was gonna stay at Atalanta, but he is not ruled out. He's not made it official that he wants to stay at Atalanta. he still said, he's still thinking about it. He might actually leave and join another club. So Lazio still should keep a very close eye on this man. Next up, Wesley Moraes from Club Brugge. Young Brazilian striker, looked like he was confirmed joining Lazio. Apparently he was supposed to have medicals, and it's just been very quiet at this point. Still, I'm going to include him in the rumors just because he could be a very good addition. Again, maybe as a backup if someone gets injured, or more of a Europa League starter. And before we conclude the rumors and conclude the episode, I wanted to add one more that I saw an article on, which was Ramirez. He is not in this game because he plays in the Chinese league. Former Chelsea Brazilian midfielder, has been linked, but we'll see about how that will work out. He does have some Premier League experience playing with Chelsea, but has been playing in the Chinese league for a couple of years now, so we'll see how that one turns out. But that is going to conclude this episode 4 of the Lazio transfers. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.